So I was thinking about like through like different pay models and like how sometimes people can accost you and be like, I deserve a raise. Or, and a lot of times, like rightfully so, if you don't have a
Mhm,
system in place that's clear and they can understand what it takes to
mhm, mhm.
warrant a pay increase. So I always think this is a tricky topic,
It
but it's
is.
also a way to like empower your team to create more value and there's a way to have a system that everyone feels good about. And
Mhm,
so I'm curious like how you have approached pay increases or how it works where you are.
mhm. It's always about increasing value. We have a pretty clear cut system in that coming in to the position, they know exactly like in the first 30 days, here are the tasks that you do need to be successful at and
Mm-hmm.
proficient at before we go on to that next tier system.
Yeah.
And 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days, you
Mm-hmm.
have to be proficient at those. And a lot of team members coming in do want growth, and
Mm-hmm.
so if you want growth, you do have to do the work,
Right.
and it doesn't come easily. But then, always team members do sometimes come in and asking for money, and you can always ask the question in return, tell me what you have done to warrant that
Mm-hmm.
increase in raise, and
Yeah.
see if they're prepared to
Hmm.
give you what they have done
Yeah.
to warrant that raise.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have those answers ready for you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've done this. I've learned how to do end of day for you. I can run morning huddles
Mm-hmm.
now successfully. I have added um, $5,000 in treatment reactivation
Nice.
successfully. My treatment acceptance is this percentage. They have those stats
Yeah.
ready for you. So it's all about
Mm-hmm.
increasing um,
Mm-hmm.
value, being a good employee,
Right.
always on time,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. You see that anyway,
Right.
what kind of an employee they
Mm-hmm.
are, and if they're increasing
Yeah.
value, but you kind of want to hear from them
Yeah.
what they've done. It's not about loyalty or
Mm-hmm.
anything
Right.
like that, but they're there every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how we
Yeah.
do it in our
I
office.
like that.
Um,
I like
yeah.
too that you to for them to be able to give you those stats about treatment
Mhm,
reactivation or case acceptance, you have had to have already set them up to be tracking that,
mhm,
which is I think can be an oversight in a lot of places of on the leadership side of things. Have we set up our team to be able to track the data needed to assess where they are without having to
mhm,
guess or wonder? And that takes a little bit of legwork to set up, but once it's set up,
mhm.
it just runs. But I
Right.
think that's really nice because it rather than you having this conversation with the team member based on feelings, like I feel like I'm working so hard, or I feel like I'm, here all the time and burning the candle at both ends. And you might feel that too of them. You might be like,
Uh-huh.
man, they're wonderful. But the data helps support that, or maybe tell us if our feelings are misguided a little bit. I think that's really helpful and a great way to set your team up for success and you up for success in those conversations.
Right, right. And we've also made the mistake of, giving raises that aren't deserved.
Yeah.
And that gets you into
Yeah.
hot water too.
Right. Yeah. Or out of like, I always think about like, am I making a decision out of fear
Hmm.
or out of abundance? Like, am I making this decision because I'm scared of losing someone or I'm
Hmm.
scared of like X, Y, or Z? Or am I making it because like
Hmm.
it feels good and it's the right thing based on all of the data?
Right.
How often do you review pay with your team? Is it like they can come to you once they look at their tiers and they feel like they've met the metrics? Can they bring that to you at any time, or do you have certain checkpoints throughout the year where you assess that together?
They're welcome
Welcome
to
to.
come at any
Yeah.
time. Um, I don't, uh, you know, Dr. really reviews that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they would come to me
Yeah.
and, I would bring it to
Yeah.
Dr. Casmel, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not really been a like a routine.
Nice. Okay. Like it's kind of led by the team member when they feel
If
when they feel ready, or that because they have that metric, they know like what's expected.
they have the sheets
Mm-hmm.
that they
Do they
look
get that as
into.
part of their onboarding process?
Hmm.
Nice.
Yes.
I like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Are there any like challenges that you've faced or seen with the tiered system?
Yes, we have definitely had to really look at being very honest and truthful.
Mm.
In other words, we have often been nice.
Like you're like, oh, you're really close, so we'll give you this one, kind of a thing on the checklist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, that
that's
hasn't
hard.
served us well at all.
Yeah. That's so hard though, especially if someone really is genuinely working really hard and you're like,
Mhm.
well, we'll just fudge it a little bit because you're working so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hard. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a really good cautionary tale for people
Hmm.
is to be truthful to the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tiers.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I would say that we've done that a lot.
okay, that's
Yeah.
especially like people want to help their people and want
Hmm.
to like see
Yeah.
people succeed. So that's
Hmm.
helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. In really all positions,
Sure.
I can't say that,
Yeah.
one department over the other.
Mm-hmm.
We're all guilty of
Right.
it. We've
Yeah.
done that. Everybody wants to be liked.
Right. Yep.
Everybody is fearful of
Mm-hmm.
losing their employees.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
Um, and, doctors would sign off on the assistants, and um, we've gotten into trouble there where,
Mm.
doctors would sign off and then become, you know,
Mm.
frustrated.
Right.
Well, the assistants aren't doing this, but, well, you signed off
Yeah.
that they were able to do
Right.
this, and yet they're not. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did it too.
Right. Right. We're
So,
all guilty.
absolutely.
Yeah. For sure.
So, being honest
Mm-hmm.
is and truthful is
Mm.
always best.
Yep. Yep.
How do we learn that the hard way?
I know. We always learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Have you always used the tier model, or did you switch to it at a certain point in your history?
Um, we started that a long time. We've
Okay,
used that for a long
gotcha.
time.
I was just wondering if, when you switched, if you recall, if there were how to communicate that change, if there were any struggles in communicating that change in pay review.
Probably the hardest part would be the leaders using it
Mm.
successfully
Okay.
and being honest.
Yeah. Okay. So same thing, same challenge from the beginning. It's just being
Yeah.
honest about
Yeah.
where people are
Yeah.
from the beginning. Yeah.
Hmm.
And actually starting people where they are in that moment.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Any people that you recall having to either you might not have decreased pay, but had told them like, hey, this is where your pay's at, and we need you here in this X amount of time in order to maintain this pay. Did you have to have any conversations like that?
Yes.
How did that go?
It's it. I mean,
Just was the truth. Just being
it,
honest.
just being
Yeah.
honest. At times you have to apologize. I'm
Yeah.
sorry that I wasn't
Right.
honest. I'm sorry that I didn't have that conversation with you
Right.
sooner.
Yeah. My last question for you with this is, if somebody wanted to introduce the tiered paid system, I could see it feeling overwhelming at
Hmm.
first. Like it feels like a big shift. Would you
Yes.
say to start that it is best to look at the positions and just have a list of all the tasks of that position and then place them into categories or tiers?
Yeah, I
How
think
would you
that's
recommend
good.
getting started?
I think that's good. Looking at, the uh, individual positions like dental assistant,
Mm-hmm.
um, scheduling coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
like list all your tasks
Yeah.
and let's get together and list all of those out. what do you think would be categorized into the first 30 days? And then what do you think we could put into the 60 days? Like kind of collaborating on it.
Okay. With that team?
Yeah. I think.
I agree with that. That way they know they have a say in the process of what skills they're expected to have and at what level.
Right.
Yeah. Nice. I think a good place to start. And then I assume internally between leadership coming up with pay ranges and ways to review and things like that.
Right. Nice. And you could sit and say, you know, here's a 60-day task. Here's a 30-day task. This is where you are. This is where you should be. There's a discrepancy here. What do we need to do to get you from here to here?
Perfect.
What are you willing to do?
Right. I like that. What are you willing to do? Because the responsibility has to be on the team member ultimately. You can't do it for them, even though you really want to sometimes.
Right.
You can't want it more than they want it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you. Anything else you want to add about giving pay raises based on tiers?
I guess, or the leadership team, you know, you're always willing to give the training or the tools and the resources to the team members. It's got to be the team member too that wants to get there. So it's got to be a mutual understanding and working together to get there. It can't be just I'm gonna spoon feed you.
Right. Yeah. All you, and like it can't be 80-20, 80 you, 20 them.
No.
Yeah. Great. So. Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.